Flemington, and they're about to go onto the track for the big one today, the AAMI Australian Cup, under weight for age conditions. There's number 1, Intergaze, Craig Carmody on board. It's $6.20. It'll be followed out by number 2, Arena, Darren Gauchi at $6.60. Number 3 is Aerosmith. It's a $10 chance. Aerosmith, back from New Zealand. Number 5, that's Oliver Twist, Jim Cassidy. It's $5.60. Number 6, Arimathea, is 26. Number 7, Zapor, $7.80. Number 8, Streak, $55. That runner there in the background, that's number 3, which is Aerosmith. It's followed out by number 5, Oliver Twist, in those orange and green diagonal stripes. And number 6, Arimathea. And Arimathea, ridden by Michael Carl. Now, the top 6 in betting, Oliver Twist is the favourite. This horse originally raced in Queensland, now with Brian Mayfield Smith, and it's $5.60. Horse in the background is the Hind. Number 1, Intergaze, coming off an unplaced run in the St George Stakes. It's $6.20. Number 2, Arena. It ran 3rd of the St George. It's $6.60. Number 13, Inner Flurry, with Patrick Payne on board. There's Inner Flurry there in those rather exotic colours, the light blue sleeves, the black jacket, and I'm dashed if I know what you call that thing in the middle. It's white snowflakes. A white snowflake, if you're interested. Black jacket, white snowflake, aqua sleeves, quarter cap. Anyway, that's number 13, Inner Flurry, at $7.50. Number 7, Zapor, well backed, at $7.90. And number 3, Aerosmith, is a $10 chance. So it's pretty open betting on the Australian Cup. Currently, Oliver Twist is the favourite, and that's the last one going out now. It's number 16, Crawl. And Crawl with Larry Cassidy up from the John Hawke stable, a 3-year-old who finished 3rd in the AAMI Classic. So there you are. As they head towards the start, this race ran over 2,000 metres under standard weight for age conditions. It's the gaze as they start to line up: Arena, Inner Flurry, Zapor and Aerosmith. This is the Australian Cup for the year 2000, and it's proudly brought to you by AAMI. As we go to the track, and your caller, Greg Miles.
Aerosmith comes in. Right, Rod, just the last 4 or 5 to get ready for the big one of the afternoon. And a most open affair it is, as you've pointed out with the betting. There's Inner Flurry going up into the line. Cotton Street about to join them now. The Hind is coming up. Intergaze goes into his place. It's drawn towards the outside, Intergaze. One from the outside gate. Zapor has the extreme outside. 14 to run. Zapor joined them. Set for the AAMI Australian Cup. Off. Starter caught them well in Arena. Morphy, the first couple out. Oliver Twist got away very well, and Labille is hunting through along the inside in the early stages. As they settle down now, Labille got up along the fence to go to the lead over Arena. Oliver Twist on the outside, trapped a little wide, followed by Morphy. Aerosmith is out there too. Arimathea just behind them on the inside, and Zapor from the outside gate went forward and took over the running out to the 1600, and Zapor leads now. 2 lengths Oliver Twist. Intergaze on the outside, he's caught 3 wide, might have to boot forward. Labille down on the rail, followed by Aerosmith, still travelling 3 deep. Then came Arena and Arimathea down on the inside. A length further back, Morphy, Streak wide out. Inner Flurry down on the rail. A length and a half further back is Crawl and the Hind, followed by Noir Seer and Cotton Street last of all. As they went to the 1200, Intergaze had charged away. Intergaze has opened up about 5 lengths on the field now. From Zapor, 2 lengths to Oliver Twist, Labille. A length and a half, Aerosmith running about 5th on the outside of Arena. They're followed by Streak, Arimathea, 1 to Morphy. Back behind those, Crawl taking off 3 wide from Inner Flurry. The Hind and Noir Seer are well back, and 2 to Cotton Street. At the 800, Daring Tactics by Craig Carmody on into Gaze. His lead is about 7 lengths before the turn from Zippor and Oliver Twist. 2 lengths away, Labille hard pressured on the inside of Aerosmith. They're followed by Arena, pulled out wide. Streak as they corner. Then Aramathea behind them. Morphe hard-ridden. Crawl. Noasia comes out wide as they enter the straight. Collins Street next to last and the hind. Into Gaze at the 400. His lead about 3. Zippor and Oliver Twist both trying valiantly to reel in the leader. Then Arena coming home well from Streak, and then Aerosmith. Into Gaze nears the 200. His rider's dropped the whip. He's a length and a half. Zippor and Oliver Twist. Into Gaze in front. He's tied, but he's got a length and a half on them. Oliver Twist and Zippor are trying hard, but Into Gaze is giving something. His big heart keeps him going. Tired but wins it. Into Gaze scores. Photo for the miners between Arena and Streak. Then came the hind, who came from last at the turn. Crawl next from Zippor and Oliver Twist, and they were trailed by Aerosmith and Collins Street. Then Labille, Aramathea, Morphe, Inner Flurry and Noasia last of all. Into Gaze. Beaten in a photo finish last year. Craig Carmody dashing away with a huge lead mid-race, and at the 200 metres he dropped his whip. It mattered not. The giant killer has had his day. Number 1, Into Gaze, Craig Carmody, has won the AAMI Australian Cup in a daring, dashing display. Second's gone to number 2, Arena, ridden by Darren Gauci, and third to number 8, Streak, ridden by Jason Patton. 1, 2 and 8 it is. 1, 2 and 8 in the time of 2 minutes and 0.9 of a second. Well, he's turned that performance around from his last start, when he really didn't have a great deal of luck in a strangely run St George. Slowly run just put him off stride. He got into trouble early in the piece, but he doesn't put 2 bad runs together like that, and he's proven the champion that he is in winning another Group 1 race. He's won them everywhere, in Brisbane, in Melbourne and in Sydney. He's just been one of the most consistent and honest horses to go around for quite a few seasons. He hasn't had his just desserts really, but he just goes out and tries his heart out. And what a stirring win that was, to do all the work in the race. And you'll see here that Craig Carmody just lost his whip there, but in the end it really didn't matter. He was able to sit down and ride the horse out strongly, kicking away. There's been a great combination, Craig Carmody and Into Gaze, over the seasons. There's not too many in this day and age that you see a horse that and a rider stay together through preparation after preparation. They've got a great affinity, and this is one of the crowning glories of his career. He's won numerous Group 1 races, but I think to take out this AAMI Australian Cup, especially after being beaten in a narrow photo finish last year by the now retired Istedard, to keep coming back up as a 6-year-old stallion to perform the way he does, it's a great credit to both Rod Craig and Craig Carmody, the jockey. 45 starts now, 12 wins, 14 placings. Stakes zoomed through the $3 million barrier. He's getting close to 4 the way he's going now.
Well, no one would begrudge him the win, would they? Into Gaze and
Forever Blushing, short-priced favourite. And away they go, and Forever Blushing down on the inside, landed out in front, followed by Magic Michelle, the stablemate in the centre. Going up behind those, Kane Solo, followed by Contrary, easing back to second last. And about a length and a half then, Vagabond King at the tail of the field. On settling down, racing inside the 1,000, little speed on, nobody's all that keen to be in front. It's Magic Michelle leading about a half a length in front. Kane Solo is running second. A length behind those, Contrary, a half a length on the inside, Forever Blushing. And a half a length then, Vagabond King at the tail of the field, as the field of 5 races down the side. Still a little change in the order. Magic Michelle leads along, head in front. Kane Solo is second up on the outside, a length and a half behind those then, Contrary, who appears to be doing it well. The favourite on the inside, Forever Blushing, and about 2 then, Vagabond King, as they approach the turn into the straight. As they swing around the home turn, and Magic Michelle on the inside is joined by Kane Solo, switching out and running on fairly well, Contrary, followed by Forever Blushing, who's angling for a run, and Vagabond King is last of all. Well in the straight with about 300 metres to go. Down on the inside, Magic Michelle is battling it out. Kane Solo now, here's Forever Blushing in the centre. Oh, she's coming very, very quickly, Forever Blushing. And on the outside next was Contrary, but Forever Blushing reached the lead inside the final 50. And the favourite is too good, draws away. Forever Blushing first, Kane Solo second. Now third, maybe Magic Michelle, just in front of Contrary. And the last one home in the field of 5, Vagabond King.
Well, there you go. The favourite too good, number 2, Forever Blushing. Rolly Saxton, the rider. and it's going to pay $1.60 and $1.30. Number 8, Kane Solo, $4.80. And the photo for third, maybe Magic Michelle, number 9, ahead of Contrary, which pulled its head off. You don't get your money back for that. At Flemington, 2 minutes to bet on race 8. Number 1, Buster Jones, $6. Royal Caliph, 25. Carnelian, 13. Zuccarino, the Patrick Payne mount, it's $8.30. Strident, the Tony Brassel tip, $2.90. Prince Standarn, 63. And Accuse is $8.10. Another Neptune, 22, which has stayed solid. Another Neptune. Behemoth, 90. Civil List, 15. Stormy Jim, 29. Weasel Will, the Darren Beedman mount, it's into $7.10. It's 2 minutes to bet on the 8th event on this 9-event card at Flemington. Number 9 did get third, Magic Michelle, no third dividend, so it's 2, 8 and 9, race 4 at Goulburn. And the runners go towards the start at Flemington.
Set to go. All clear through 1400. They're off now. And not a bad start with Accuse wide out, one of the first to begin. Carnelian got away well. Prince Standarn jumped okay and easing back now. Zuccarino's on the speed, so too Weasel Will, Stormy Jim and Buster Jones. But Carnelian, after going 200 the leader, is almost a length on Accuse, moving up to close that gap to about a neck now. Zuccarino's a length away third, Buster Jones fourth the rail. A length and a half or two further back, Weasel Will, Stormy Jim together. To another Neptune, Prince Standarn. 2 to 3 lengths then to Royal Caliph as they went down the side. They were being followed by Stormy Jim, and then 3 lengths to Strident, who's next to last coming up towards the turn, and Behemoth is last at the 700, and Carnelian is the leader, a neck in front of Accuse. Buster Jones right in behind them, third on the rail from Zuccarino. Then Weasel Will, and they're followed as they sweep up towards the corner by Stormy Jim. Back behind those horses, another Neptune on the rail. Civil List is out wide, starting to make some ground. Strident getting onto his back to get into the clear. As they got to the 400, and Carnelian in front, Buster Jones held up behind him by Accuse on the outside. Zuccarino running on. Then Weasel Will and Civil List. Strident's a long way back at the 200, and Accuse got to Carnelian. Buster Jones is still not quite in the clear. Weasel Will is coming with his run. Accuse the leader. Weasel Will after him. Then Civil List. It's Accuse about a neck in front of Weasel Will, Buster Jones and Civil List. Accuse finds plenty, and Accuse wins it from either Weasel Will or Civil List. Photo for the miners. Buster Jones just behind them, and then Strident. They were trailed then by Royal Caliph. Tiring next, Carnelian from another Neptune, Prince Standarn, and then Behemoth. Towards the end was Zuccarino and Stormy Jim.